Hey everybody, it's your girl Naife and welcome back to my channel. Right now, we're not gonna waste any time. We're just gonna jump right into the video. I know that you guys have heard about everything that's been going on with Ice Spice and Cleotrapa and completely seeing the downfall of their friendship. I 100% feel for Cleotrapa. I feel like no one deserves to go through something like that because come on now, she's a human, we're human, like it's not that deep. However, I feel like a lot of this could have definitely been avoided had Cleotrapa taken the proper steps by discussing things with her management, having paperwork involved, instead of just completely relying on Ice Spice and her team to take care of her. Cleotrapa went on a 40-minute to an hour rant on TikTok with 5 parts, each part being about 10 minutes long. Now, I did watch the videos. I did hear everything that Cleotrapa had to say because I'm super glad that she chose to come out and tell her side of the story and ultimately share her experience with all of us. And it definitely opened my eyes to a lot of things that Cleotrapa was saying. Colorism being involved, money, power, management, just ego and all those types of things being involved into the situation. It definitely brought back memories, triggering, traumatizing memories at that, how we all had a friend like Ice Spice. Someone who just gets by off pretty and or light skin privilege, who may have a lot of support, a lot of money, a lot of backing, who ultimately treat the people around them like crap. According to Cleotrapa, she met Ice Spice back in 2021, right before the release of her hit single Munch. She said that Ice Spice was pretty cool before the fame. She seemed very down to earth, didn't really see too many red flags until the Munch kind of came into the light. Ice Spice was getting crazy cosigns, especially the biggest cosign coming from no one other than Drake. Ice Spice's career pretty much skyrocketed. In 2022, when she released her song Munch, it was everywhere. It went viral. Blogs were talking about it. Rappers were talking about it. And this ultimately put Ice Spice in a completely different type of light. I'm talking like crazy cosigns. The way her buzz was going off was just crazy. Considering the fact that it wasn't like a crazy song where she was being lyrical and, you know, she was coming up with a new sound, a new flow. No, it was pretty much just her being very repetitive, coming up with catchy lines and catchy bars, you know, to get people intrigued or into her song, which works, especially in this day and age with music changing, the generation having a short attention span. Quick singles is literally the reason why a lot of artists are getting by. Ice Spice's career has taken a crazy turn considering all the events that have been happening since she took off. Now, she did 2 songs with Nicki Minaj, being Princess Diana remix and working together for the Barbie World soundtrack. After that collab and all of that happened, just recently, Nicki Minaj actually unfollowed Ice Spice. According to Stan Twitter, that's a major freaking thing. Who's keeping track of this? I don't know. After Nicki Minaj had unfriended or unfollowed Ice Spice, that's when her career kind of started tumbling down. Ice Spice's old friend Baby Stormy had came out and pretty much exposed Ice Spice. Text messages between the two where Ice Spice was talking crazy about Nicki Minaj. She was talking crazy about her mother. She actually was also talking crap about Cleotrapa, and that's kind of where like the downfall of their friendship began. Cleotrapa discussed how she confronted Ice Spice about those text messages, which is in her videos, and Ice Spice pretty much didn't have anything of value to say. Cleotrapa obviously thought that the text messages were weird. However, when Ice Spice invited her on the tour, Cleo saw that as a way of Ice Spice pretty much asking for forgiveness, trying to make it up in her words, and it didn't go as such. I feel as though if you knew that Cleotrapa was not a part of the budget, if you knew that Cleotrapa was coming without a team, why didn't anybody express these details to Cleotrapa? Clearly, Ice Spice is not in the stage of her career where she can just walk around calling shots, telling people what to do. You know, she's just not at that point in her career. However, how come everyone is looking at Cleotrapa, but no one is telling her what the deal is? Everyone is just sitting back and watching her get mistreated, but no one is telling her why. Everyone keeps throwing around this word opportunity because I heard this word opportunity a lot in these videos. However, you can give someone an opportunity without shitting on them. In part one of the videos, Cleotrapa talks a lot about Ice Spice giving her an opportunity, inviting her on the 30-day Y2K tour. However, when Cleotrapa actually got on the tour, she started to notice a little bit of weird stuff going on. Things that she just didn't understand at the time. However, she chose to think positive, keep going. She didn't really think too much of what was going on until later on into the tour. Cleo also expressed how much of a confident Black woman she is and how Ice Spice was clearly very intimidated by her, considering the fact that Ice Spice doesn't really have much of a personality. She never really had like a certain specific type of aesthetic. But you can clearly see that when she started hanging out with Cleotrapa, her style started to change, her aura started to change. And you can tell that Cleotrapa had a lot of influence on Ice Spice in regard to just like her style, just her image, her looks, you know, being the light-skinned friend with the dark-skinned friend, you know, just the whole vibe, the whole image of everything. It was very weird. So I could definitely see where Cleo was coming with that because it was very obvious. A lot of people just didn't pick up on it until her and Cleo had fell out.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Cleo. So y'all know me. I've always been vocal about everything, about literally everything. Nobody can shut me up. Nobody can silence me. Like, was you silenced or was you silenced? Okay, and nobody's gonna do that to me. This video isn't to bash anyone. This is for me to speak on my experience and what I went through. And I want my fans to learn from this. My fans, my followers, my supporters, my future fans, followers, supporters. You don't even have to like me. I want y'all to literally take this situation that I'm about to break down to y'all and be inspired by it. And understand that no matter what the opportunity is, nobody should make you feel less than or make you feel like shit because they gave you an opportunity. It does not matter. It does not give a door, an open way for somebody to try to humiliate you or try to make you feel less than. And I feel as though being such a confident Black woman, I'm sorry. I'm ashy as fuck as a Black woman. I didn't even want to like start tearing, okay? Anyways, as a Black woman, a confident one who knows exactly who she is and exactly what she wants in this world, people are so intimidated by it. And it's either you're intimidated and scared of it or you love it and you just love it. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, I was around somebody who was clearly intimidated by me, like, and just who I am as a person. And at first, it might have been something that they liked. But as you can see, I only go up. And I could be seen as a threat to somebody who clearly isn't confident. I can fall out with a friend over miscommunications, misunderstandings. That's okay. You know, we can work it out. Honestly, it's not something that is like has to end everything. You know what I'm saying? But you actually have one time to show me that you are jealous, intimidated, untrustworthy, fake, disloyal, and genuine, manipulative, and calculated. And I promise you that will be the last time you ever play with me. Now I will break down how it ended. And for a lot of people that don't know, me and Ice did not grow up together. That is not my childhood friend. I met her 2 years ago. Before she blew up, I was very supportive of her. Before she even blew up, I was somebody that genuinely liked her. I was like, this girl is so cute. I seen her video on my Explore. She didn't even drop her viral song yet. And I was so supportive of her. Now, anyways, I'm just going to tell the story because you guys deserve to know. You guys deserve to know why we are not friends anymore because a lot of y'all loved us being together. You guys do deserve to know why we're not friends. Y'all do deserve to know who y'all are so obsessed with. Y'all love her so much. Y'all deserve to know who that girl is as an actual human being. As an actual human being. Fuck looks. Fuck looks. Fuck all of that. As a human being, at your soul. Y'all deserve to know. So the ending of July, I get a call from Ice very early in the morning. Cleo, come on tour with me. I miss you. Come. And I'm just like, girl, I'm not about to come on.
It is okay to give someone an opportunity because I feel like everyone deserves an opportunity in certain situations when you're passionate, when you've worked hard, when you actually have built a craft, built an image, built a brand. I believe that opportunities, should be given. I don't feel as though giving someone an opportunity gives you the right to treat them like crap or to treat them less than you. Everyone is out here fighting, trying to chase their dreams, paying money for studio sessions, clothing, mixing, masterings, producers. It's a lot that goes into this music stuff. It's not just social media. It's not just the image, wigs and makeup. A lot goes into this. So I'm pretty sure that Cleotrapa was very excited and very happy to have this opportunity. I just don't think that gives Ice Spice the right to treat her like the help. But then again, this also falls on Cleotrapa because why did you not take the proper steps to make sure that everything was set in order? And that's one thing I can agree with Ice Spice's manager. Management has to be involved, paperwork has to be involved, negotiations have to be involved. I mean, who just packs up their stuff to go on a 30-day tour without having nothing together? I feel like Cleo is at a certain age where she should know better. But then again, she said it was her first tour. She said she wasn't used to this. So she was completely relying on her friendship with Ice Spice, and this is the problem. There are no friends in the industry. You never want to put your faith and your whole entire being into someone else who is in the same career field as you, who's doing the same job as you. And everyone knows that in rap, it's very, very competitive. So I don't even know why Cleo would put her trust in another rapper, another female at that. But at the end of the day, everything comes with a price. You went on the tour, you didn't get paid. It was an opportunity, but did it really benefit you? I also feel like another red flag is when Cleotrapa said that Ice Spice never promoted her. She didn't promote her as a guest. She didn't promote her music. She didn't share her pictures. Like, Ice Spice literally did nothing for Cleo. So I feel as though you saw all of these red flags and you still decided to go on tour. At what point does someone say something doesn't feel right? Because if something doesn't feel right, trust and believe me, honey, I'm not going. If it takes more of a struggle to get somewhere or to do something, 9 times out of 10, it's not worth it. I'm not going. I'm staying in the house because clearly it ain't meant for me to go. One of the main reasons why I don't want to completely blame Cleo is because that Ice Spice did tell her that she was good. She told her that she was going to be taken care of. You're going to be with me. Don't worry about it. And it's like, girl, you know it didn't turn out that way. I respect her hustle. I respect her thugging it out and sticking through it. But it's like, at what cost? Is this really worth your mental health? Is this really worth all the trouble that you have to go through? And the embarrassment. Because let's not forget, Cleo had to carry her own bags to the car. Not only is that a safety concern, but that's also embarrassing to the fans that are waiting outside looking at you like, dang, Cleotrapa is carrying her own bags? Like, the fuck? Like, what's going on with that? Who wants to go through that for a whole 30 days? Ice Spice should have just told Cleotrapa the truth. Like, you should have just kept it real. Like, hey, I want to invite you on this 30-day tour. However, you're not going to be in the budget. Especially when Cleo even asked her, do you think that I'm gonna have to pay for anything, or is there anything that I'm going to have to pay for? That was the time for Ice Spice to tell her, hey, you're not gonna be covered for this, you're not gonna be covered for that, you're not gonna be covered for that. She could have had time to get things together. Maybe I'm not gonna come on this day, but I'll come, on maybe the third day, because I want to get things together since I'm gonna have to come out of pocket for a lot of things. This is what brings me to think that maybe Ice Spice wanted to embarrass her. Maybe she only invited her on tour to do damage control because of those text messages with Baby Storm, where she basically exposed Ice Spice for talking about damn near everybody.
So that's that. I'll tell y'all how the tour went now. Please keep in mind that before I went on tour, I had 1 day to prepare, one single day. Everything was a rush, but I'm looking at this like, okay, this is gonna be good for me. And again, did not have I didn't know what to expect. This is my first tour. Like, I wasn't allowed to bring anybody. She said if I brought anybody, I was going to have to pay for their hotel and transportation. I'm just like, girl, I didn't even have time to prepare for this. Like, I only got 1 day. Like, you feel me? Like, it's damn near like me putting everything, like putting my needs to the side to accomplish something. I have things to pay for myself as an independent artist. So of course I'm thinking like of ways to not come too much out of pocket for a tour that doesn't even have me on the bill. Like, I'm not even on the lineup, like, okay. Anyways, let's go into how the tour went. So first couple of days was cute. We went to Philly, and this is when things go left now. Yeah, we're in a hotel room. We not sure if we're gonna like bring our bags to the venue, because I guess like we were gonna come back to the hotel. But she told me, don't leave your bags at the venue. You might need some. You don't leave your bags at the hotel. You might need something in it. And I was like, okay, I'll bring it. Her security, who brings all her bags, she has like 10 bags. He brought my bag, brought the bags down. And now we're at the venue, and I do need something in the suitcase. Like, I had a wardrobe malfunction, like she said I probably would have. That's that she cursed me, okay? Because now I do have a wardrobe malfunction. So I'm like, oh, how can I get the bag? She's like, tell the security to get it for you. I go to the security. I'm like, can you get my bag out the trunk? Because I have no idea where the trunk is, where the car went. We just came into the venue like, we artists, we working, whatever. He goes, he gets the bag, brings it upstairs. I change, da 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 da. End of the show. I put my bag next to her 10 bags and the big black dresser. And yeah, I'm thinking everything is gonna be moved, but like back into the truck, and we could, leave, go back to the hotel. I turned around, and my bag is still there. My bag was still there. All her bags was gone. I'm just like, why would somebody just leave my bag? Like, I asked the security, I'm like, can you take my bag? He said no. I was like, what the fuck? What's going on? He brought all her bags. He can't take. Okay. I'm like, can I pay somebody to bring my bags down? Because I didn't want to bring the bags down. Why would I want to bring the bags down? I'm just a girl. So I'm asking around, nobody's word. So I'm like, all right, let me bring the bags. I'm tight though. I'm tight. Like, I'm not used to this stuff. Like, what the fuck? I'm just supposed to be performing. Need I remind you, I'm not even allowed to bring somebody on tour with me. So I didn't really have anybody helping me. It was just me. But I feel like she could have simply said to the security, like, take Cleo's bag. Don't forget Cleo's bag. But I got a sense that she just wanted me to struggle. And that's kind of fucked up as like a friend. Like, So I carry the bags. I take one duffel bag. I'm walking down. It's pouring outside. I put it in the car. The fans are screaming, Cleo, can we get a picture? Cleo, can we get a picture? As I'm struggling with a bag. And it's like very embarrassing. It's like very embarrassing. Like, never do fans want to take a picture with me while I'm like carrying big ass bags looking like that. I had to make a second trip for the suitcase. I made the second trip for the suitcase. Do it again. Raining outside, dragging the suitcase, fans in my face. It was so fucking humiliating. I was like, what the fuck? I get in the car, I'm tight. Like, I'm fake drenched and I'm tight. Like, and the
Cleo also talked about how when they were at their Philly show, she went up to Ice Spice as she was getting out of the shower to express some concerns to her. And pretty much Ice Spice just brushed her off and said, well, you know what? Deal with it, pretty much. And Cleo, as the soldier she is, honey, she brushed it off and said, you know what? I'm just going to thug it out. Whew, I don't know how much thugging out I could do, but because I'm going to end up being there acting like a thug in a minute, because one thing a girl ain't gonna do is mistreat me. You ain't gonna mistreat me, and you asked me to be here. It ain't like I asked you. It ain't like I said, hey girl, can I come with you on the tour? And da-da-da. You came to me, you asked me. So don't you dare try to treat me like crap on this tour. And this further just proves my point that just because a girl is light-skinned, she gets a lot of compliments, it doesn't mean that she's happy inside. Because I know a lot of girls who get a lot of attention from guys who, you know, are super pretty, super bold, whatever, but they just lack in so many areas that their looks is all they have to rely on. I've had friends like that. Like, they didn't bring anything to the table besides their looks. It's like, well, what else do you do? Do you have a good personality? Do you laugh? Do you joke? Like, it's just like they're so robotic. It's just they're so used to getting by in life being pretty instead of actually doing something of substance.
Anyways, so of course this story is long as fuck because it was 30 days of hell. Um, so yeah, the New York show, I was real indecisive about like continuing the tour, but I have this drive in me where I feel like God wouldn't put me in a situation that I cannot handle. And I felt like he put me in this situation. He gave me this situation, and if I couldn't handle it, he wouldn't have. So any way that anybody is about to treat me, I will overcome it. I'm going to overcome everything. You are not going to trick me out of my spot. You are not going to make me feel like I'm not supposed to be here. I am moving by the grace of God. And that's just that. I don't care. I don't care. And from that moment forward, I said, I'm not even going to speak on anything that makes me feel uncomfortable or makes me feel unwelcomed. But at the end of this, I'm going to say how I feel. I am going to say how I feel. Because right now in this moment, I feel like I'm on tour with somebody that don't even fuck with me for real. That's not even really my friend. The New York tour, her dressing room was kind of small. I never have a dressing room. You know what was kind of weird? That she said that I was going to be with her the whole time. Like, I was going to be with her. You're going to be with me. You're good. And when I would come inside the venue, her whole tour production team, they would act like they have no idea where I'm supposed to go. Like, did she not tell you guys that I'm supposed to be in her room? They're just like, oh, we don't have a room for you. But here, they'll give me like a bathroom. The bathroom that everybody's using. They'll give me the bathroom and say, well, you can get dressed inside this bathroom right here. And I'm just like, I'm supposed to be in her room though. Like, I'm confused. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it was just confusing. So they would like show me bathrooms and little corners that I can get ready in. And I'm just like, what? But need I remind you, every time there was a special guest or somebody that Ice wanted to bring out, they was always accommodated. Somehow they was always able to find a room, and they always had a room for themselves. I never had a room. And I was okay with that because I already came on tour knowing that I was going to be with her. But it annoyed me when they would act like they had no idea where I was supposed to be at. that was confusing to me. So the dressing room is small, and I asked her like, "Oh, can I get ready inside your room?" She's like, come and see the room." I come and see the room, and the room is large enough for us to get ready in it. Like, bro, you invited me on tour, bro. We supposed to be trying to thug it out and make it work because we're friends and we're girls. Like, hello. So we're getting our makeup done. Our chairs are like just back to back, but the room is not. It's not like there's a couch. Her wardrobe is able to fit in there, which is a big ass wardrobe. All her stuff is able to fit in it. She's good. She's good. And I'm good too. I give her space. After I'm done dressing up, I get out the room. I do not sit around in the room and shit because she don't even allow niggas to sit in the room. She just give niggas the boot like anytime she feel like it, which was kind of like weird too because like, girl, why I can't just sit in the room and chill? Like, whatever. So, oh yeah, I forgot. That's because she was tight ever since the Philly show when I said something about the luggage. That is why everything was weird afterwards. Now I put my bag, literally a tote, on the side of her couch, and she knows it's mine because she knows that's my bag. I put it on the side of the couch. Her mom and her little sister came in the room, so everybody got out the room. Da 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 da. Like an hour goes by. I like go downstairs. I walk past the room. I see my bag, like my Telfar bag, outside of her door, and I'm just like, wait, why would they kick this little bag out?
Cleo talked about how Ice Spice or someone in Ice Spice's camp threw Cleo's bags outside of the dressing room to the point where someone actually ended up going through her stuff and spending $700. It's a clear indication that you didn't want her around you. And I don't understand why that's so hard for Ice Spice to just simply explain. Like, I just don't get it.
And why didn't they tell you that make sure Cleo's good? Make sure Cleo's good. Cleo is a part of the budget. Make sure Cleo's good. The same way you told me that I was going to be good. Why is your production saying that I'm not a part of the budget for a chicken salad? Chicken salad? I'm not a part of the budget for a chicken salad? Y'all could have bought that chicken salad and literally got the money from my manager or me. But y'all wanted to show me so bad that I can't get nothing and that nobody is here for me that I couldn't even get a chicken salad. I yagged. I was like, wow, this shit is corny. I ain't saying nothing. No, remember I said I wasn't saying anything about anything. I was just going to take everything in and whatever. So my manager ends up getting me an assistant to come on tour with me, somebody to help. They met me in Chicago. So now the Chicago show was lit as fuck. It was so fun. I love Chicago. But yeah, she came, she helped me, whatever. And the only reason why she even came in the first place was because she was told that she was going to be able to go on Riot's bus. And then at the end of the show, she was told that Riot said you can't come on his bus. And she was just so confused because that's the reason why she came all the way to Chicago in the first place. And Riot is not even on his own bus. He's on the bus with Ice. So it was just so mind-boggling, you know? And he probably didn't even say that. They probably just didn't even want me to have anybody. And that was the vibe that I was starting to get, that they actually do want me to struggle. They want me to struggle a little bit. They want to see if I'm gonna stay. They want to. It's like they want to put this pressure on me. And let me tell you, the devil will not win, boo. He will not win. He will not win. He will not win. He was starting to get to me, but he didn't win. Sent her all the way back to New York, and I was left again with nobody. I got a little piece of help, and then I was done for. Now we're in Texas. We're in between Texas and Mexico. What do you guys think of when y'all think Texas, the between Texas and Mexico? Desert, tumbleweeds, nothing for miles. No Uber Eats, no Uber 2 Eats, and there's nothing. We're at a Best Western or whatever one of those hotels are. We're in the middle of nowhere. That's how you know, because we're at one of those Best Western hotels. And yeah, no food. There's a McDonald's all the way down the block, 8-minute walk. Probably gonna get bit by scorpions and all sorts of other bugs while walking through the desert to McDonald's. So me and her hairstylist were in the hotel. We just sleeping and stuff. It's like 2 o'clock. We get up around like 5 or 6. I call Ice. I'm getting ready and shit. Me and her hairstylist about to make videos or whatever. I call. I'm like, oh, let's make TikToks. She's like with that soulless demon face, just You're with my hairstylist, so like, damn, my bad. It was really seeming like she didn't really want me to be friends with her hairstylist, but it's like, damn, bitch, I don't got no friends. So I'm gonna make friends with bitches that actually wanna be my friend. I'm sorry. I hung up on her after that because it was just like, ew, like, all right, I'm with your hairstylist, so what that mean? Like, oh, like, I can't, like, I'm not ready, obviously. Like, it was just the attitude around it that was just so weird and corny to me. I'm just like, okay, whatever. Went downstairs and I seen her in the lobby, and her and some other boy, one of Ice's friends, is just standing there, you know, with a basketball. I'm like, oh, what y'all just did? Oh, we was playing basketball, whatever, whatever. Nobody said anything about eating. Nobody. I'm like, me and the hairstylist keep talking about food. We like, oh damn, we mad hungry. Like, we mad hungry, just at McDonald's. Or nobody said anything about food while me and her are talking about how hungry we are. Now we go to the boys' bus, tour bus, and we just sitting on the bus. We just like, yo, like, can somebody come with us to McDonald's? Like, nobody want to walk there by themselves. We fake want a man with us. They like, oh, that's mad far. Like, nah, like, word, there's a desert, it's scary. I'm like, okay. Nobody said anything about food still. Come to find out.
This is where Cleo basically finds out that she's not a part of the budget, so she can't even eat a chicken salad. Okay? She can't even eat a chicken salad. She is not a part of the budget. Cleo also ends up finding out that Ice Spice and her friends, or whoever was on tour with her, the people in the budget, they ended up sneaking and going off to a steakhouse. It ultimately left Cleo behind. This is where I'm like, okay, now I'm a little triggered. We're not gonna watch part 5 because I feel like we pretty much have a gist of pretty much what's going on. Cleo ends up sending Ice Spice a freaking novel, a whole paragraph pretty much explaining how she feels, why she feels this way, and all of the little things that led up to this moment right now. And Ice Spice pretty much dismissed her. Pretty much just called Cleotrapa ungrateful and spiteful and etc.
Honestly, it felt like it could have been a miscommunication here. She winds up telling me that she told her manager, basically after the Philly situation, she told her manager to tell my manager that I'm gonna need to get my own room. What I was confused on is that I told you how I felt in Philly, but you couldn't tell me how you felt in Philly. And that's why we weren't really friends. That's how I realized that we weren't really friends, because you can't even speak up to me, but had the audacity to say that I didn't say any of those stuff to you because I'm scared of you. Why would I be scared of you? I didn't want to punch you. I didn't want to say all those stuff above and then you completely ignore it. Because that's what you did when I mentioned the stuff that happened in Philly. You ignored it. Like, you did not care. So with that being said, if I was to explain everything like how I explained it, you would literally not care at all.
Just dismissing everything that Cleotrapa said and only responding to certain parts of her messages. It's like, that's how you know when someone is lying. When you type them a whole paragraph and they only respond to one part of that paragraph. And it's always the most irrelevant part of the paragraph. That's how I know y'all be lying. So Ice Spice pretty much just doing that. It just showed that Cleotrapa was more than likely telling the truth. And then Ice Spice responded on Twitter Spaces. She called Cleotrapa a vacuum, said that pretty much she's fat, she ate all the food. And I'm just sitting here like, what does this have to do with anything? What does her eating all the food at the Italian restaurant, what does that have to do with anything? This was Ice Spice's way of deflecting and basically trying to make Cleotrapa out to be some ungrateful artist who didn't accept the opportunity that she gave. Like, your opportunity. F your opportunity. If you're going to treat me like a second-class citizen, treat me like I'm Annie working in a soup kitchen, F your opportunity. I don't want your opportunity if it means that I have to get treated like this. I don't want your friendship if it means that I have to be treated like this. And that's what a lot of people just simply aren't understanding. And then you also can't be mad when people come out and tell their story. Ice Spice sent a text message to Cleotrapa pretty much saying, enjoy your storyline. So she knew that Cleotrapa was going to take this to the internet. She knew she was going to be exposed. Instead of keeping it real, telling Cleotrapa what the deal is, letting her know she's not going to be a part of the budget, you're going to have to come out of pocket for a lot of this tour. However, I'm giving you this opportunity to showcase your music, open you up to a larger crowd, get you some more fans, some more monthly listeners on Spotify, girl, whatever the case may be. And then Cleotrapa would have the decision to make for herself if she wanted to continue to go on the tour or not. Me personally, I would have said no. Or let me talk to my manager, let me get some paperwork involved, and let's, maybe I'll go to a later show on a later date. I feel like the entire situation was probably a big, fat miscommunication. Because these days, it's almost like Gen Z, it's like y'all just don't know how to communicate no more. I do feel like Ice Spice is gonna be her own downfall, and her team, because allegedly there were situations that was going on between Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice's team, which ultimately, allegedly, was the reason why Nicki Minaj cussed Ice Spice out behind the scenes of the Barbie World music video. I heard about that Ice Spice's team was playing games with Nicki's money, and ultimately Ice Spice caught a stray and she ended up getting cursed out too. Ice Spice's team is making her feel as though she's bigger than who she really is. And I know you got a Nicki cosign, you have a Taylor Swift cosign who's literally running music right now. You had some major cosigns. I mean, she did a Dunkin' Donut commercial with Ben Affleck. Like, she was on a run. She also did a Super Bowl commercial, I believe, this year. So Ice Spice has been on a huge run. But I do believe she needs to be a little bit humble. You're not a Nicki Minaj yet. Well, probably will never be a Nicki Minaj. You're not as big as a Nicki Minaj yet. You're definitely nowhere near as big as a Taylor Swift. So it's like, you have to be a little bit more humble coming into this game. And although Cleotrapa may not be a major, huge artist, how you treat people will definitely put a bad taste in the fans' mouth. And you have to remember, she already lost the Barbs. Nicki Minaj unfollowed her on Instagram, doesn't acknowledge Ice Spice anymore, and everybody already knows that there's a lot of tension behind the scenes with Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice and everything that happened during the Barbie World shoot and Baby Stormy's text messages. You have to almost kind of like humble yourself just a little bit, because this arrogant act will only take you so far. This new generation, everyone's attention span is very, very small. It's like people's brains are getting smaller and it's just absorbing everything. This is just one stepping stone to a whole lot of other things that are probably going to be exposed later on down the line. Because as of right now, all we know is Baby Stormy and Cleotrapa. Who knows how many other victims there are? I also heard something along the lines of like Ice Spice going around saying black bee, like referring to Cleotrapa as like a black bee. I know a lot of people don't believe it, but I don't think it's too far-fetched. A lot of people in Ice Spice's world, a lot of people like Ice Spice, they tend to have this superiority complex where they think that they're just automatically above other people just for the simple fact of being light-skinned and pretty. And they usually always gravitate towards a dark-skinned girl who usually is the token black friend that validates the light-skinned girl's blackness and image, right? It's like, oh my gosh, look at this light-skinned girl hanging out with this black-skinned girl, this dark-skinned girl, whatever. She's so humble, she's so nice. Thank you for accepting this dark-skinned girl as your friend. And it's like, why is society like this? Why is a dark-skinned woman's beauty only like defined through her friendship with a light-skinned girl? Why is a dark-skinned girl only praised or seen as somewhat important when they're hanging out with a light-skinned girl. You have so many talented dark-skinned women in this industry, such as Flo Milli, Normani. Doechii is another really, really good artist who just doesn't get the type of push that they deserve, quite frankly, because they're dark-skinned. Some dark-skinned women would actually allow themselves to be that token black girl because it gives them shine, because they're latching onto a light-skinned girl. And it's very unfortunate that things turned out to be this way, but unfortunately, that's just what happens in the industry. And that's just what happens all over the world. It's not even just the industry. It's all over the world. In different countries, especially America, it happens everywhere. I hope that this is a lesson learned for Cleotrapa and she starts to see things for what it is instead of for what she wants it to be. Everybody has had a friend like Ice Spice in their life, especially if you're dark skinned. It's just very unfortunate how colorism causes such a divide in society because you have people thinking that they're more important than the other, and it's just a lot that goes into it. It's very, very, very deep. We won't get into it in this video, but I just want my dark skin queens to start standing up. Stop allowing mistreatment for opportunities. I don't care if you're light skin, dark skin, brown skin, fair skin, pale skin. Stop degrading yourselves and accepting things that you don't have to accept for something as simple as an opportunity. There's gonna be hundreds of opportunities in this lifetime. Don't devalue yourself or degrade yourself for just one. And I hope that this was a wake-up call for Cleotrapa, and this will hopefully be the last time she makes a decision like this. Thank you guys for watching my video. Please comment, like, subscribe. Please share this video with your friends and family. I will be back with more content. I've been really getting into my bag with this. I definitely want to talk about more things in the future. So hit that subscribe button, share this video with your friends and family, and stay tuned for more.